Well, you never want to feel like you have to take a break, but we're down to 10 forwards and playing some defensemen at forward. So
Okay.
we're really down to 12 forwards with 2D playing forward and six defensemen. So we needed to do what we needed to do last week, and unfortunately we had to cancel the exhibition game. But
Sure.
um, we just felt like it was important that we didn't go there and play an exhibition game that really didn't mean anything, and get somebody else injured.
Um, up to that point, first half of the season and a little bit beyond, up to the break. Where do you feel your team has made strides? What do you like out of it so far?
Well, I think, if you watch us play, we've made strides in every area. Um, really proud of the fact that we've stayed true to our identity and continue to live our culture on and off the ice, and the way we prepare and the way we live our lives from day to day. And um, I think those are more really important pieces when you're building your program. And I think the guys have really, I don't want to say buy-in, because that's kind of, we're not selling it. It's a way of life for us. The guys have really embraced it. They've held each other accountable. Our daily behaviors have been where I think they need to be in terms of playing at a high level and being a high level Division 1 athlete. And that includes off the ice as well. And our team dynamics have gotten better as we go through some of the adversity and some of the things that happen over the course of the season.
Um, Obviously, at the end of the season, when you look to evaluate things, but you're sitting in first place in CCHA at this point. What does that mean for your program?
It's not something we actually really talk about. We're really, part of our culture is always to focus on the process. But yes, of course, everybody knows where the standings are, right? And I think it's credit to the guys in the locker room for believing in each other and having faith in each other and faith in a bigger, something bigger than ourselves. And the love that we have for each other in the locker room. I think that really is an important piece of what we do. Because when you have those two things, when you have faith and love, you have uh, an ability to come to the arena every day and try to get better. And everybody's in the same boat and same on the same page. So to me, that's what we look at. Obviously, some of the results have been there for us to be in this spot. And now we just got to continue to focus on what we do. And we got a couple more practices before we have a big game on Friday, and that's what we're going to focus on.
What do you see out of Mankato? You split with them earlier in the season. Obviously new coach down there, but still, high quality team.
They're still the defending champions, so you're going to have to go through them, whether it's us or anybody else. And um, they've got arguably the best line in our conference anyway in terms of production, and Morton and Souter, and Wheeler's a tough-nosed defenseman. You better have your head up when you're going against him. And they've got talent up and down their lineup. Listen, Luke Strand's been around a long time. He's a good coach. He knows how to get the most out of his players. And we had a really inspired battle back in December, and um, I'm thinking that's going to be the same this weekend.
Just looking at you got some balance scoring up top. Lucas Wallin, what's he meant to your team this year?
Well, he's our leader. He wears the C, and so our identity is really kind of he's our identity driver. He's relentless in his work habits every day, and really that's what we're trying to be as a program.
Goaltending, pretty well set there. I mean, is your a nice goals against average for your team and save percentage?
Yeah, both our goalies are doing a good job, and it's tough for us to try to deviate from that because they're both doing what they need to do. So we'll continue to focus on helping them develop, and hopefully they can help us win some hockey games down the stretch.
The with the transition from D3 to D1, a 5-year probationary period for NCAA tournament purposes, is that flexible at all? Is that something your school could appeal to the NCAA?
I don't think there's any appeal process to that. That's probably a question for Dr. Eston, but the rule is the rule, whether everybody likes it or not. We knew that going in, and everybody in our locker room knows that. So we're just continuing to focus on getting better every day and doing what we need to do in our conference. We're 2.5 years or almost 3 years into this build. We've made some really good strides. I'm really proud of the way we've come together as a program and developed our identity and our culture, and that will continue to go. And hopefully one day we'll be ready to play at that level. And if we're doing things the way we need to do, then we can have the conversation. Right now, it's not possible, so it's pointless to even talk about it, really.
Do you feel the steps, do they get tougher each step you take forward?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what you want to be. You want to be in meaningful games in the month of February and early March. That means you're playing for something. And but as I said at the beginning of the year, pressure is a privilege, and you got to continue to get your team and your program into that spot so that you can learn how to play in those situations, learn how it feels during practice week, learn how it feels when you're in a hostile environment on the road and you're playing for something. Those are all growing pains and a maturity that your program needs to go through in order to be in those conversations like the NCAA. We got some steps we need to go through still. And the first year that we had our program, as you know, we had a lot of Division III guys. Now it was a necessary step. We had a plan in place that wasn't the year we were focused on any kind of outcomes. We were focused on building something behind the scenes that nobody really got a chance to see other than the people involved in the program. Last year, we made a good step on the ice with some really good freshmen that are now sophomores. And we've made a step again this year, I think. So everything is trending the way we need it to trend, but you still have to go through those situations that you mentioned in order for you to understand what you need to do moving forward.
It's still not even under construction yet, but I imagine that, the arena down the road, that's just gotta be something, a goal that it's gonna come to fruition, but you're just shooting for that, I imagine, something that kind of motivating factor, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fantastic for everybody. A place to call home for not just our programs, but our alumni, our fans, our supporters, our community. Listen, college hockey, college athletics across the board, in any sport, home ice, home field, home court advantage is a big deal. And we want to have that, and we're going to have that in the near future.
You see in Sioux Falls, Augie opened their new building.
Yeah.
Have you got a chance to take a look at that or see it online, I suppose?
Yeah, I saw, is it X now? Twitter? What do they call it? X.
Yep.
I saw some pictures on X and a video, and I talked to their coach a little bit last week, and looks pretty nice, and just gives us a little bit more excitement for what we have coming down the road.
Yes, that's all I got.
Thanks.
At the end of the press conference, when we played Mankato, or when you played Mankato a month ago, you said if you can't get up for Mankato, there's something wrong with you. Well, now you throw in two teams at the top of the CCHA standings, 30 points apiece. Is there any reining in that maybe has to be done, or is it just let the boys play?
I think we go through our same process, and we stay consistent with what we're doing. So there's no reining in, because you're not getting up. You're not trying to reinvent the wheel or anything like that. You're not trying to pump guys up, as you just said, I should say, that the guys know who they're playing. So nothing I'm going to say is going to either help that or deviate from that. I think we have to be consistent in how we prepare.
All right, thanks, Rico.
Thank you.